Okay, back to optimism. I really love this episode. You could even say it rocked. Okay, I get it. No rock puns. So, this begins with the main six, San Pinky, getting up early to meet at Sugar Cube Corner. Pinky is making tons and tons of rock candy for her sister. There's two things here that I like seeing in the show. One, the rapid slapstick is just as well delivered and funny as ever. Two, I like seeing when these friends are constantly willing to take time out of their day to make small sacrifices to each other. So, Pinkie Pie details the tradition that she and her sister share. It seems like the writers have figured out that a backstory or exposition dumps are easily made boring, so they spice them up with a new art style or a song, and so far I'm liking it. And then we are introduced to Maud Pie, who sounds like the emotionless love child of Samus and May from Avatar.
Sediment shaped sediment.
Ironically, she's hilarious. I think it's great how Maud Pie is funny from her mere existence. She's completely emotionless and literal, which is a sharp contrast to Pinky's energy and childishness. But like Pinky, they are both completely detached from reality, in their own way. Her humor comes from anti-jokes and the fact that she expresses herself very uniquely.
I have no strong feelings one way or the other.
Also, I like her design. Her main style is appropriately boring and monotone, which I think is clever. So the main six try to make friends with Maud individually, but they just can't seem to connect with her. It was kind of going the a friend indeed route, but I feel this one did it with less opportunity for misunderstanding. Maud seemed to actually have an interest in being with Pinky's friends, so their frequent attempts to be friends with Maud came off as less creepy stalker and more honest, friendly behavior. And seeing both parties try so hard to like each other is actually pretty heartwarming. Still, it inevitably did nothing. Everyone had to confess that they just couldn't make friends with Maud, and this is a pretty heavy scene, but I can totally get behind it. I mean, they did try to make friends, but none of them felt comfortable in sharing in Pinky's tradition if they didn't really follow what it symbolized. And they appropriately feel horrible for not being able to bond, which really ties into the message later now that I think about it. Pinky refuses to give up, however, typical Pinky, and sets up an obstacle course for her friends and sister to go through. Immediately, I knew this wasn't going to work, because it was a horrible Frankenstein of things that didn't go together based off characters' motifs and not their genuine interests. So Pinky gets her leg caught in a rock. Whoa, just had an unpleasant flashback. And we get probably one of the most epic scenes in this show. So, still think Earth Ponies are pathetic? I like how Maud is one of those sleeping dragon type characters. She is strong enough to bite through a rock and refer to it as crunchy. She can hurl a rock to create a rock nuke. Has above average physique for someone characteristically lethargic, and goes Smile HD on boulders to grind them into pebbles. I think she just might have jumped onto my top 10 favorite ponies list. But I have to ask, why did none of her friends do anything? I mean, Rainbow's a fast flyer, and so is Fluttershy when, and I quote, it's an emergency. Applejack, I don't know, is she strong enough to kick a giant rock out of the way? Rarity could lift the tiny rocks trapping Pinky with her magic. Heck, Twilight could have flown over or teleported and lifted the giant rock before it crushed Pinky. Why does Twilight never teleport? Then again, we wouldn't have that really awesome big sister to the rescue moment, so what the heck, I'll give it a pass. So then Twilight finally did find something everyone can relate to. They all care about Pinkie Pie. I know some out there are going to feel like this is a cop-out, but again, I feel the need to defend this, and fair warning, I'm about to get on my soapbox. There are some who didn't like A Friend Indeed because it had a perfect setup to give the message, you can't be friends with everyone. And to those people, I have to ask, how can you really believe something so pessimistic and bleak? Do you really believe that you can have absolutely no relation to someone? You can't find something of equal interest to talk about? Or heck, you can't bond over shared misery? I'm not saying you have to be buddy-buddy chums with them, but come on, I think it's possible to just be casual friends with everyone. I also think it's interesting that the thing that makes them grow a bond is a bond itself. Both Pinky's friends and Maud just want to see Pinky happy, and yeah, that's a believable thing to bond over. I mean, they could share stories about Pinky, or I don't know, something. Yes, they're not best friends, and they understand this. Maud Pie's likely not going to be invited to their next birthday party, but you know, baby steps. some strong friendships don't happen immediately and require time. And I know some people are going to whine about that scene at the end where it's revealed Maud doesn't eat the friendship necklaces that Pinkie made her because she apparently doesn't like candy. Hello? She still keeps them. It's not like she throws them away when Pinkie isn't looking. She still treasures them and keeps them as a memento. That's actually pretty touching. Or I'm just taking this way too seriously.
I wanna rock and roll all night.